The race for AI supremacy is relentless. And just when you think you have a handle on the major players, a new model emerges. And this isn't some quiet, under-the-radar update. No, this is a direct challenge to the established giants. We're talking about GLM 5.1.
But look, let's be real. We see new models launching what feels like every single week. So the big question, the critical question is this. Is this just another incremental update? Or is this a genuine breakthrough, something that could actually change how we all build with AI? Let's dive in.
You see, Z.AI isn't even trying to position GLM 5.1 as just another chatbot. Their entire narrative, their whole pitch is built around a much more ambitious idea, an autonomous worker, an AI designed specifically for complex, long-form engineering tasks.
And they are backing that claim up with a really powerful headline result. GLM 5.1 has officially taken the #1 spot on SWE-bench Pro. Now, this is a highly respected benchmark for agentic coding, and the model outperforms some of the biggest names in the industry. This is the single data point that's making developers sit up and pay very close attention.
So what exactly is this thing? Well, it's Z.AI's new flagship model, and it's designed for what they call long-horizon tasks. We're talking about sustained, autonomous work for up to 8 hours straight. It's got a massive 200,000 token context window, and it's being released both as an API and as an open-weight model. It's really built for flexibility and power.
Okay, so that headline score is definitely impressive, but you know as well as I do that a single benchmark never tells the whole story. To really understand where this model stands, we have to take a much closer look at the performance data.
On SWE-bench Pro, the win is crystal clear. This benchmark is all about testing a model's ability to solve real-world software engineering problems from GitHub. So the fact that GLM 5.1's got the top score here, well, that's a powerful signal of its agentic coding capabilities. This is its strongest claim.
But when we zoom out and look at a broader set of coding benchmarks, things like Terminal Bench and NL2 to repo, the picture gets a little more nuanced. Here, GLM 5.1 places a strong third. Now, this doesn't take away from its performance, not at all, but it does show that the competition is still incredibly tight.
Let's just break down the details here. GLM 5.1's lead on SWE-bench Pro is clear, but notice how Claude Opus pulls ahead on NL2 Repo and MCP Atlas. And then you've got Gemini Pro leading on Terminal Bench. So what's the takeaway? It's that GLM 5.1 is a powerful contender, for sure, but it is not an undisputed champion across the board.
So, if raw power isn't the only story, what is? Well, the answer seems to lie in how GLM-5.1 is actually engineered. Its entire design philosophy is built around one core idea: autonomy.
And this brings us to this key concept of agentic engineering. This isn't about getting one-shot answers to simple prompts anymore. We're talking about building systems that can understand a complex goal, create a plan, use tools, analyze feedback, and iterate on their own work until the entire task is complete.
This slide right here shows the model's core workflow. Instead of just sitting there waiting for the next prompt, GLM 5.1 operates in this continuous loop. It experiments by running code, it analyzes the results for errors or bottlenecks, and then it optimizes its own strategy to get better. This self-correcting cycle is what allows it to work for hours on a single complex problem.
What we're seeing here is a fundamental paradigm shift. We're moving away from that classic chatbot model of single-turn reactive answers. The new agentic paradigm is all about proactive, long-horizon execution. It doesn't just answer your questions, it delivers finished work.
And this shift from simple answers to finished work has some pretty significant implications for the market. So why is this specific model getting so much attention right now? Well, for developers, it's a potentially powerful, open-weight option for building sophisticated coding agents. For businesses, that combination of flexible deployment and competitive pricing is extremely attractive. And for industry strategists, this is proof that the race for agent-focused AI is far from over, with strong contenders emerging from all over the globe.
Just look at the pricing here. You can see how Z.AI is positioning itself aggressively. Rates like these make building complex, long-running agentic systems much more economically feasible. It provides a serious alternative to some of the more expensive, closed frontier models out there.
But with any new technology, especially one this powerful, the hype has to be balanced with a critical reality check. It is absolutely essential to understand the limitations here.
Think about it.
When an AI moves from just generating text to actually executing code and making changes in real-world systems, the stakes become infinitely higher. A mistake is no longer just bad prose, it can be a critical bug. And this is where credibility matters most.
So let's keep 3 crucial points in mind. First, these initial benchmarks are all published by the vendor. We need to wait for broad, independent verification. Second, as we've already seen, it's a strong contender, but it is not universally dominant. And third, the risk of autonomy is real. An agent that can work for 8 hours can also compound errors for 8 hours. That means robust safety and validation systems are completely non-negotiable.
So with all of that in mind, what happens next? Well, GLM 5.1 is a powerful signal of a much larger trend that's happening right now.
If you take only one thing away from this whole explainer, it should be this. The entire AI market is reorienting. The new standard of performance is shifting away from just generating clever answers and moving toward the ability to deliver verifiably completed work.
Over the next year, this story is going to unfold in stages. Right now, we have the launch. Soon, we'll start to see independent testing. But the real test will be that midterm adoption. Does it become a staple in production, or does the novelty just fade away? And you can bet that competitors will respond by sharpening their own agentic narratives.
Which leaves us with one final provocative question. As these models become more and more capable of autonomous action, are we moving toward a future where finished work, not abstract reasoning scores, becomes the ultimate benchmark for all of artificial intelligence?